What happened tonight didn't just shake social media, it completely detonated it. No warning, no teaser, just one sudden live stream that pulled everyone in. Now 3 names are caught in a storm that's getting darker by the minute. Cardi B, Stefon Diggs, and Young Miami. Cardi B appeared on screen with a look that wasn't angry, it was broken. And when someone like her pauses in silence before speaking, you already know something serious is about to unfold. This isn't just another celebrity feud. It feels deeper, like betrayal, exposure, and something far more complicated than anyone expected. Within minutes, whispers turned into allegations. Allegations turned into so-called receipts. Suddenly, Diggs and Young Miami weren't just trending. They were at the center of one of the messiest scandals of the year. Rumors of a secret affair began circulating, alongside shocking claims of a hidden child no one was supposed to know about. But the most unexpected twist? Despite the chaos, the rumors, the leaks, and the emotional weight of it all, Cardi might not be walking away. She might be running back. Let that sink in. Because if even part of this is true, then this isn't just drama. It's a public emotional unraveling, where love, betrayal, and obsession are colliding in real time. And right now, the silence is louder than anything else.
Football game, girl. This not about me, girl. This about you. I'm just saying. You done got me a whole hour and something interrogating me. It's your time. Is you dating? Cause girl, you look good at that game, girl. I was on the jersey, all that. Like, stop trying to hide it. Don't put that jersey on. Trying to tell her how we do. For real, make the folks mad.
Oh my God, man, Tia just walking up. This is always the
and if they don't stand on business, Yanti coming for his.
Ooh, I gotta put you on his egg.
Girl, he finna Birkin all that out. He finna turn it up because he don't want this.
He put the clothes on now.
Want it. He don't want this.
I'm gonna hook you on one.
The night didn't end when the live stream cut off. If anything, that's when everything truly began. Behind the silence of a dark room, while millions replayed clips and dissected every word, Cardi B was reportedly sitting alone. She wasn't scrolling or reacting, just staring at her phone like it held answers she wasn't ready to face. This wasn't rage anymore. It was realization. Hours earlier, she had gone live and cracked open a situation that had been quietly building for weeks. Small inconsistencies, missed calls, and energy that didn't feel right. The kind of details most people ignore, until they start forming a pattern you can't unsee. And according to sources close to the situation, that pattern led straight to one name, Stefon Diggs. At first, it was only suspicion. Something felt off, but nothing concrete. Nothing she could prove. So, like many people facing something they don't want to believe, she stayed quiet until something changed. Allegedly, a private document surfaced, something she was never supposed to see. It didn't just raise questions, it answered them in the worst possible way. Suddenly, everything started to make sense. The whispers weren't just whispers anymore. They pointed to another name, Young Miami, pushing the situation over the edge. What began as quiet speculation quickly escalated into something far more explosive, as reports suggested a secret, unconfirmed connection unfolding behind the scenes.
8 months pregnant, Offset went through her phone and caught her texting a nigga, some dog nigga named Stefon Diggs, some football player. He done everybody's hoe in the game, which is kind of ironic because every time your girl want to get
WAP. What does that stand for? That's Cardi B.
Because according to the claims now spreading across the internet, this wasn't just a relationship hidden in the shadows. It may have involved a child. An alleged secret that, if true, would change everything. And that's when the emotional weight truly hit. Betrayal is one thing, but betrayal with permanence is something else entirely. Sources claim that after the live stream ended, Cardi B didn't jump into damage control. She didn't post statements or try to reshape the narrative. Instead, she reached out quietly, no cameras, no audience, no performance. Just a message, come back, let's fix this. And that single move is what has the internet in disbelief. Because in the middle of what could be one of the most humiliating public scandals of her career, she didn't walk away. She leaned back in. That decision has sparked one question across every platform. Why? Why return to something that appears to have caused so much pain? Some say it's love. Others call it attachment. And some describe it as something darker. A cycle that's harder to break than people realize. Meanwhile, as speculation spreads, one thing remains consistent: silence. No public denial from Stefon Diggs. No clear response from Young Miami. No explanation strong enough to slow the momentum. And in moments like this, silence doesn't calm the narrative, it feeds it. Every hour without a response adds weight, attention, and belief. Clips are replayed. Old footage is re-examined. Past interactions are treated like clues. This no longer feels random. It feels connected, even calculated, or at least carefully hidden. As the situation evolves, it's shifting from emotional exposure into something more serious. Because if even a fraction of these allegations is true, this isn't just a relationship scandal. It's a story about secrecy, deception, and a truth that may have been buried until it couldn't stay hidden any longer. By morning, the story had outgrown the live stream. It wasn't just a moment anymore, it had become a narrative. And narratives like this don't stay contained. They spread, evolve, and pull in details no one initially noticed. Timelines flooded overnight. Clips were slowed down frame by frame. Screenshots were analyzed until pixels became proof. Every second of Cardi's livestream was dissected like evidence in a case with no official file, but millions of investigators. Then the focus shifted, from what she said to what she didn't say. The pauses, the hesitation, the way her voice cracked when certain topics came close to the surface, but never fully crossed it. It felt like she knew more than she was ready to reveal. Meanwhile, Stefon Diggs and Young Miami remained publicly still. No deleted posts, no sudden disappearances, just normal activity. And somehow, that made everything feel even more unsettling. Because in scandals like this, silence isn't always panic. Sometimes it's strategy. Speculation quickly deepened. People weren't just asking if an alleged affair happened. They were asking how long it had been going on. Months? Longer? Did it overlap with moments the public believed were genuine? And then came the heavier question. If a child was truly involved, how long had that truth been hidden? Because hiding a moment is one thing. Hiding something permanent requires intention, planning, and control. Suddenly, this didn't feel like random betrayal anymore. It felt structured, like pieces of a reality carefully separated until they collided. As theories multiplied, old footage resurfaced. Moments that once seemed ordinary were reinterpreted through a new lens. A glance, a shared space, a timeline that didn't quite align. None of it confirmed anything, but together it created a pattern people couldn't ignore. Behind the scenes, pressure was building. Stories like this don't stay online. They reach managers, publicists, legal teams. Calls are made. Statements are drafted, sometimes deleted before they're ever released. Because the first response isn't just important, it's irreversible. Say too much, and you confirm the narrative. Say too little, and you let it grow. Right now, it's growing faster than anyone can control. But the most unexpected shift is coming from Cardi. Instead of escalating publicly, she went quiet. No follow-up livestream, no additional posts, nothing matching the intensity of what had just happened. According to insiders, the situation behind the scenes isn't simple. It's emotional, conflicted, unresolved. The kind of situation where walking away isn't as easy as it seems. And that's what makes this story unpredictable. The public expects escalation, more exposure, another explosion. But what if that's not what comes next? What if, instead of pushing everything further into chaos, someone tries to pull it back together? Because if there's one thing more shocking than betrayal, it's forgiveness. By the second night, the noise hadn't faded, it had sharpened. What began as chaos turned into something colder, more focused. The internet wasn't just reacting anymore. It was watching, waiting, anticipating the next move. And one question refused to go away. Why hasn't anyone denied it? At this level, silence isn't just noticeable, it's deafening. Cardi B hasn't returned to explain. No second live stream. No clarificación. Just absence. And that absence has created space for theories to grow into narratives, and narratives to harden into belief. Behind the scenes, the tone has reportedly shifted. This isn't just heartbreak anymore. It's negotiation. Quiet, controlled, deeply personal. While the public expects distance, there are claims of continued contact. Messages not meant to be seen, calls not meant to be heard. An attempt not to destroy what's left, but to understand it, maybe even rebuild it. And that's the part no one expected. Because in the middle of allegations that could permanently damage reputations, the idea of reconnecting doesn't just confuse people, it unsettles them. It suggests something deeper than logic, something emotional, possibly irreversible. Meanwhile, young Miami remains just as quiet. No confirmación. No denial. And as that silence stretches, it grows heavier. People aren't just questioning the present. They're reconstructing the past. And hovering over everything is the most unsettling detail. The alleged child. Because if that part is true, this isn't just about betrayal. It's about a secret that required time, effort, and silence from multiple sides. Secrets like that don't exist without intention. They're protected until they can't be anymore. And if that protection has cracked, what else might follow? That's the tension holding everything together right now. Not just what's been said, but what hasn't. Somewhere between the live stream, the silence, and the speculation, a crucial piece is still missing. Something unconfirmed. Something unspoken. And until it surfaces, this story remains open, unfinished, unstable. Because when the truth finally does emerge, it won't just shift the narrative, it will redefine it. Maybe it clears everything. Maybe it makes things worse. Or maybe it reveals something no one was prepared to see. One thing is certain, this isn't over. Not even close. Because stories built on secrecy don't end quietly, they unravel. And when they do, they don't just expose what happened. They expose everyone involved. What began as a late-night live stream has become something no one can control anymore. The names are bigger, the stakes are higher, and the silence is louder. No denials. No clear answers. Just a storm of allegations, emotion, and unanswered questions. If even part of this is true, then this isn't just drama, it's a collapse happening in real time. A relationship pushed to the edge, trust fractured, and a truth that may have been hidden far longer than anyone imagined. And the most unsettling part? Despite everything, there are still signs this story may not end in separation.